What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review of Force Season 2, Episode 8. That's not Episode 8. This is Episode 7. My bad. So, we start off, Tommy and Maria are having a full-blown session, okay? And there's a knock at the door, and it is Miguel. So, of course, both of them are like, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. She goes to hide. Tommy got a whole loft apartment. It ain't too many places to hide in a loft situation. And Miguel comes in there, and Miguel is like walking around. He looking like, what's going on? What's going on? Why? Because he smelled the sex in the air. That's what he smelled. Now, clearly he didn't know it was his sister, because if he knew it was his sister, that'd be a whole different conversation. But he smelled it. So I'm sure he was thinking, well, where the girl at? Because I know something was going on in here. Tommy all sweating. I'm sure he smelled, you know what I'm saying? But what he's letting Tommy know is that the Serbs, with them, when them burning down the projects, it's a problem for everybody. And Tommy was like, listen, you need to cut them off. Like, let them know you can't be playing them kind of reindeer games over here. Like, you playing with everybody's money. And he was like, well, I don't know. The guy, my boss ain't really too keen on making changes. And Tommy was like, well, you need to remind him, like, who really out here on these streets, who moving the weight, who's doing what. And he's messing up all of our money. Like, I'm moving more weight than anybody, and you messing up my money, basically is what he said. So Miguel was like, all right, I'll let him know. He said, but until I let you know, you stand down. Tommy was like, cool, no problem, I stand down. Because, of course, CBI wants to retaliate and all that good stuff. Now, over to Diamond's house, his parole officer then showed up for a pop-up visit to do a urine sample. And he tells Diamond, listen, your parole review is coming up pretty soon. It will look good on your resume. If you out here, maybe you doing some things in the community, you showing that you really are reformed. He was like, you might want to let the people know what's going on. Now, I find it interesting that I know he peeped that whole situation down to the barbershop, but it sounds like he's still trying to help Diamond out. I don't know. I ain't figured out his angle yet, but I got my eye on the parole officer. Okay, got my eye on him. Now, down to the FBI 88, whatever office, she is, sort of ragging on her, and her husband / partner are talking about the case and, where the moves are going, where they're going to make the moves next, and getting Tommy. And then here come old girl from the, who was she? She wasn't the FBI. She was from, like, the police, like the head of the police department. Remember, she was trying to talk to her, the white girl. She tells her, listen, what's going on with this case? Like, we gave you what you wanted. We gave you your task force. We gave you all the money. But we need some results. We got projects being torched, shootouts. Like, what are you doing? And she said, listen, we got a CI that's close to what's going on. He's going to deliver Tommy Egan to us. And Tommy Egan is the linchpin that's connected to everything. And she was like, listen, this could go really good for you, or this could go really bad for you, okay? Like, you got this CI that's got Tommy Egan. You need to get it. You need to make a move sooner rather than later, because we need to see some action, because literally, like, they throwing rocket launches into the projects. Like, this is elevated, okay? Now, everybody seemed to know that this lady want to run for mayor. Because she threw that, the lady threw that at her too. She dangled that mayor carrot at her too. So clearly that is the worst kept secret in Chicago, apparently. Okay. Now, down to the boxing gym, Ashanti is talking to her soldier, and her soldier is letting her know that, the word in the streets is that people, people still ain't really trusting what's going on with Jannard. Like, just because he, had some juices and berries and he ate a couple of salads, people ain't really trusting that he really is clean. Because, that shit is, that's heavy. And they talking about how, in the street, how CBI, how Tommy running CBI got everybody looking weak down there on them streets. And she punks old boy. Like, she tell him straight up, like, you letting them talk shit about me? Like, you letting them, like, you've been with me from the beginning. Like, you supposed to be loyal to me. So when they start talking about me out in them streets, you supposed to be defending me. Don't bring it back to me. Don't tell me what they said. Tell me what you did in retaliation of what they said. And I feel her on that one. Like, don't be bringing me, telling me what everybody said about me. What you say? What you say? So she straight up punked him. Okay. We get to our first coalition meeting between CBI and the R3s, the RDs. Y'all know the other gang that they worked it out last week. And of course, they want to retaliate against the Serbs. And Tommy's trying to let them know, listen, like, we can't move on that yet. Like, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep making money in these streets. Just stay prepared. Keep your head on the swivel. We'll let you know when it's time to move. Now, Jannar almost fell back into old habits because he sort of was kind of questioning what was going on. And then I think he felt like he caught himself and was like, okay, you know what? I forgot. I'm on probation. I can't really say too much. But he was kind of like, you know, like, yeah, so when we going to move? Like we can't just let this go. Like, we got to let them know that we mad. Tommy was like, bruh, we got this. And when it's time to move, I'm going to tell y'all when it's time to move. So Vic is still there as being an apprentice, peeping everything that's going on, you know, picking up all of the, whatever he picking up. Now, what he going to do with it, I don't know. Because I ain't really decided, and Vic has decided what he going to do yet. Okay, I think because at the end of the day, Vic never wanted Tommy. Vic wanted his sister. They want Tommy. And I think he reconciled himself to the fact that, okay, I got to give them Tommy in order to get to my sister. But the more and more this goes on, I think he realizes that they really ain't trying to get to Tommy. I mean, his sister. They really only want Tommy. So they decide that they need to get to DSD. That's like the last, well, not the last, but that's like the next biggest gang. They're like, if we can get DSD on our side, then, you know, we're going to have our whole little conglomeration situation going on. So Tommy and Diamond are going to go. Well, Diamond's really going to set up to meet with DSD. But you know Tommy going to go, child. And in the meantime, Tommy explains to Diamond, like, listen, we're going to convince Miguel that it's in his best interest to go after the Serbs. He was like, look, the Serbs know that we coming for them, but what they don't know is that it's going to come from that side. They're going to be looking at us, and it's going to come from Miguel, and then we kind of keep our hands clean out of the situation, and we just keep doing work. We just keep grinding. Now, Shanti done went down to Claudia's penthouse and told Claudia, yeah, I heard that deal you tried to make with my man. It ain't going to work for him, but baby, it's going to work for me. So I feel like, you know, if I give you your supply, and you go down to this club situation, I feel like we can make a partnership work. So Claudia tried to give her old 60-40 split or 70-30 split. Shanti was like, yeah, I'm good. So then she hits her with, okay, fine, 50-50. Like, we women, we shouldn't be fighting. Like, let's make it 50-50. Let's work together. So I'm going to just go and knock this whole thing out because this whole storyline. Actually, this storyline really ain't that bad. This storyline really ain't that bad. They go down to the little private script club situation, right? Claudia is there with her girlfriend or whoever that chick is, child. Shanti there, she all dolled up. You know, she got the dress on, hair did, makeup did, nails did, everything situation. And they down to the club. Shanti done supplied her people, supplied her pills. And they keeping an eye on it. Like, they doing good. You know, they got their whole thing. They doing good. And somebody tried to rob Claudia. I don't know why this dude was in there trying to rob somebody at this private script club. Now, what I find interesting is you can't bring no drugs in there, but he was able to get in there with a knife. Make that make sense. But neither here nor there. Of course, you know, Claudia told Shanti, and Shanti whooped his ass. Okay? Now they, you know, they good girlfriends now. They split their money. They making a killing. Now, at the end of the episode, Shanti lets Jannar know that she linked up with Claudia behind his back. But she said, listen, this is the move we need to make so we can ultimately make our move against Tommy. And, of course, you know, he with that because that's what he want to do anyway. He want to make his move against Tommy. Down to the FBI, old girl is stressed out because the people on her head about making a move and making sure they get what they need to get. So, you know, they're going to put the screws on Vic. They done told Vic that he got to wear a wire. And Vic was like, the hell? And she said, listen, this is not 1982, okay? A wire ain't gonna be nothing strapped to your back, going around your shoulder, up your leg, and people gonna be able to pat you down and feel it. She said, we're a lot more sophisticated than that. But at this point, from now on, my man is gonna keep following you. You're gonna check in with him every day, and you're gonna wear this wire. And he was like, bruh, that's gonna get me hot. Like, Tommy's not stupid. Tommy's gonna see the feds, and y'all are gonna get me killed. She was like, I don't care. We need to get this done. Now, Miguel is talking to his boss and letting his boss know basically everything Tommy told him to do, right? Convincing the boss that we need to make a move on the Serbs. Like, he was like, listen, when the Serbs took over some of my territory, you told me to stand down, I stood down. When the Serbs burnt, when they tried to kill me, you told me to stand down, I stood down. When the Serbs stole my shipment, which of course really was just Tommy and Diamond, you told me to stand down, and I stood down. He was like, but at this point, what you want me to do? Like, I can't be a punk my whole life. I need to do something. Like, you got me out here looking like a punk. So, he finally gives him permission to ice the Serbs out. He finally gives them permission to do that. Reluctantly. So then we see the meeting between the Serbs and Miguel's boss, and he's basically telling him, listen, either, we about to starve you out. You know what I'm saying? So we saw that go down. We see Tommy and Vic continuing the apprenticeship program where Vic is following him around and getting all his information. We see Tommy go collect from Ashanti, and she ain't feeling it. She tried to challenge him, and Tommy was like, listen, at the end of the day, you might not like it, bruh, but you made this deal. You said we could have your territory if we let Jannard back in. We let Jannard back in, so this is what you owe us. So, like, bruh, like, stop playing. So then Vic get the call telling him that he need to meet up in person. And he's like, listen, Tommy done already seen y'all. Like, Tommy peeped you, and I can't risk it. But he was like, listen, you either need to be there or it's going to be a problem. Child, we see Jannard on the streets. He back to being a corner boy, and he ain't really feeling it, right? He ain't really feeling it. But it is what it is, and he getting the shakes and stuff. They like showing us a little bit of him struggling with this addiction. But again, the way he was on that heroin, the way he was walking through them streets talking about I'm sick, I need it. Ain't nobody clean. Listen, I ain't no rehab specialist, but I just don't think it's that easy. But moving on. Diamond is down there with Leon's mama, and Leon, he buying comic books for Leon. He going by the house. He trying to make sure that, I guess he trying to make sure that the boyfriend is gone. And Diamond invites him, he tells him he got a public speaking event. And Leon helps him. Leon said, well, I can help you because, that's Leon's thing. He can do the public speaking. And, she get to flirting with the mama, and the mama flirting back, and Leon is peeping it, but he like, okay then. We see Diamond do his little speech, right? Diamond misses the meeting with the DSDs, because Tommy tells him. Tommy said, "Look, you gotta keep your PO off your back. So go ahead and do your thing. Go do your little speaking engagement, and I'll take care of the meeting with the DSDs." So he does his little speaking engagement. He goes off script. It's all, cute. It's all, emotional. Like he, spoke from the heart. His PO was there, and he nodding his head like he feeling it. Leon there, Leon mama there. She all like, yes. So he actually asked the mama out on a date, and the mama accepts. They go on a dinner, but guess what? When she show up to the house, she just get naked and be like, let's go. I said, well, I guess it ain't gonna be no dinner. I mean, you could at least make that man take you to dinner. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, if you knew you was gonna give it to him anyway, you could at least ate first. But either way, and Diamond was even like, okay then. So, that's going on. Tommy, is trying to convince, Maria is coming to see Tommy, right? So Tommy is, waiting for her. He got dinner and everything waiting for her. Jannard is sitting out front of Tommy's house struggling with going in there with his gun. He really want to just, take Tommy out. Like, he still just really hates Tommy. But he's out there, and guess what he sees? He sees Maria pull up in her brand new car, And he gets a snapshot of the two of them kissing. Now, again, I told y'all from the beginning, I'm not feeling this storyline. I think it is absolutely ridiculous. It's just stupid. And the fact that y'all are this careless, you know that is murder. This woman done told you that her brother killed her ex-boyfriend. Okay? You know that that's who this dude is. And y'all are kissing out in the middle of the street like she is pulling up in her brand new car. Like, come on, parking in front of your apartment. It is reckless and stupid. And now Janara got a picture of it. And, he showed Ashanti that picture. And, of course, she was like, oh, nah, we got, we're going to put that in our back pocket. We got some ammo. You know what I mean? We got a bargaining chip right here. Maria and Tommy have a conversation once again about Tommy being in danger. And Tommy was like, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just tired of having this conversation. And I agree. Like, at this point, girl, either you're going to be with the man or you're not going to be with the man. But ain't nobody got time to keep having this conversation with you and going back and forth. Like, I ain't nobody going to keep doing that with you. Okay? Sick of it. Okay? We sick of it. We see Miguel and Grandma talking. And Grandma is letting Miguel know off the break. Like, I ain't struggle and sneak my way into this country for you to piss it away and give it to some white boy. And Miguel was like, I ain't giving nothing to the white boy. Like, I'm running this. What you talking about? Like, I'm in charge of this. And she was like, yeah, no, you not. Like, you put your foot down to the service because he put that idea in your head. Like, I peep what's going on. Miguel ain't trying to hear it, but technically he knows she kind of right. Tommy goes to the meeting with the DSDs and he does his Tommy thing. Like, they in there about to kill him. They bust out his car window. That damn Mustang done been through more shit since he got to Chicago. But but he convinces, let me rewind a little bit. Because before he goes to the meeting, Vic gets his wire. So Vic has it's a necklace with a charm on it, and when you hit the button, it starts recording, and you hit the button, it stops recording. Now, that's a little obvious to me that you bloop, 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 bloop in the middle of a meeting, but whatever. So Vic goes with Tommy to the DSD meeting, and at the DSD meeting, after they damn near shoot back, they put a brick through his window, and y'all know how it was. They had to make it all dramatical that the man was gonna kill him, and Tommy stood there with the gun in his face and didn't flinch. And old boy was like, "Oh, I like you. Like, I like how you do things. Like, I like you." So they negotiate the deal. They talk money. They talk product. They talk business. And Vic got the whole thing on his little wire recording. So when the meeting is over, him and Tommy sort of debrief or whatever, but they leave. They're going their separate ways. So as Tommy is pulling off, Tommy sees the Fed because he had clocked the Feds earlier in the day. So he sees the Feds and he's like, wait a minute, that's the fucking Feds. So he doubles back. But while he's doubling back, Vic is talking to the Fed. So Tommy was like, whoa, what's going on here? He was like, you know him? You a snitch? He was like, I ain't no snitch, Tommy. He was like, this dude rolled up on me. Tommy was like, wait a minute. Well, what's really going on here? He was like, because, bruh, like, this is a little too convenient. This is the same dude that's been following me all day. And then he back here having a private conversation with you. What's really good? And he was like, Tommy, I'm not no snitch. Tommy was like, okay, well, there's only one way that you can prove it to me. Baby, Vic ends up shooting that cop. Well, that Fed. When I tell you how shocked I was, like, I was literally sitting here at the end of the episode, I went, I couldn't believe they did that. I don't know why, because people die on every episode. But I don't know, but something about that scene just hit me like. Anyway, y'all, that's what it was. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.